After 7 years, I have finally finished my dollhouse. Every single room is done for now. And this video is to show you how I did the kitchen, which ended up being a huge project because I had very dated furniture in there. So I got to use a paintbrush, my favorite texture paintbrush for wood, and I replaced the kitchen floor. So I changed the floor to some kind of wood looking stuff. It's on sparkles because it's magical. And I finished the deck and I got it attached and it has furniture all over it. And it is so adorable. Here we go. So it took me some time to decide what to do with this one part of the wall. There's a window space there and I can't find anything to fit into it. I have some furniture that will go over it, but I just need to do something with that wall. It's this one right here. Big empty space. This is one of the situations where I removed the previous wallpaper board, and that's what's underneath there. So I need something strong to be there. So I've decided, because I also put a lot of work on the back of the house, that if I just put this up with that as a backing, it's kind of sad looking through the windows. All the other windows in the dollhouse are still usable. You can still see through them if you want to. I thought of taking a photograph of a whole setup with a dining table and all that coming through the window, and some people sitting there eating or drinking. Dolls sitting there eating or drinking. But that also seems kind of difficult, and I'm not really sure about that. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up doing that later. So what I'm going to do is use a curtain that I have from before. It's from my bathroom. I remodeled a bathroom, or redid a bathroom. There'll be a video about that someday, but this is the dollhouse. And this is a nice, well-worn fabric. So I'm just going to cut off some of this and classily glue it up over here. So it'll just be hanging here. And hopefully when I put the wall up there, it's not going to smash back there too badly. We'll find out. But I'm just going to cut some of this part off. And I carefully measure everything. Basically, I cut off a piece and hold it up there, and if it doesn't work, I get a bigger piece. Nice. Hot glue gun to the rescue. Glued it onto the thick part of the fabric here, just stuck it up there. Good enough. Nobody's going to see that side. Now this, however, is a nice, lovely brick wall. Cut out. Let me find out how hard I should smash that into there. Do I want this set out from here to give it a little bit of depth? Do I want to smash it on there to give us as much space inside the house as possible? It is not quite wide enough, is it? So I need another 1/4 inch over there to come all the way over, don't I? You will see some of the things I did do here off camera, and I probably could have done just to show you, but many layers of paint to get this to take on here. I gave it some more depth instead of white plastic inside there. Isn't that cool? I made it brass. It's a brand new clean oven. This, instead of being plain plastic white, it's still in progress also, but I sparkled it. Here, sparkly, that's a big word. And that way, I don't know, it looks kind of more real. And this is also brass instead of white plastic. Inside, it's white. I haven't decided if I'm going to go ahead and paint it black, and then, I don't have the kind of dishes to put in there yet. After all, it's a microwave. You gotta be right about what you do. Sides of the refrigerator here. Right there. is painted silver along with the base, and the door is also. Next is going to be here. I think I have a little piece. Of course. Look this way instead. Probably not really going to happen here, is it? I'm second guessing myself here. I think that's too much. All that cutting. And I'm just going to either paint it or put some Victorian things up there. I think so. After all, this brick wall is quite a bit here. We've progressed to the point where the wine has come out. So, since I have paint splatters here and there and everywhere, I'm going to go ahead and correct all those. And I can't take that off. I've tried, so I'm going to paint over that. That way, when I put up the wallpaper that's going there now instead, it'll look nice. Word of advice: do not drink 4 cups of coffee before embarking on a dollhouse project. The most important thing about layer 1 is it's getting something that's done. Because unlike the here, I have not left it or stamping rough enough. Too much darkness. Nice thing about this here is that since a good deal of the wall is hidden by the refrigerator, I can actually bring wallpaper all the way out, so I don't have to paint it or ribbon it like I have in other levels. It is short up here, and I think that a little bit of this to complement that. Now that I have that, I need something of a trim to go here. All that mistake I made trying to trim that to fit here. Look, I've got extra pieces that are just perfect. This is a good idea. So I will not deny that I am a big kid playing with the dollhouse. Now I'm a big sticky kid playing with the dollhouse. Very thick, down to the bottom. This is old. I've had this forever. Seems like. So I'm going to use a little paintbrush to dip in there and paint the back of that and stick it on there and hope everything sticks. Looks like hot glue is going to be the answer here. So in the meantime, while the glue gun's heating up, I am going to venture over to here. So what I want to do with this section is get a good rough idea of how much paper I'm going to need. So this measures just under 3 inches. I'm going to make it just over because I have this light switch in the way. Also, measure the depth. Let's go for 1.5. It's easier to make it shorter than it is to add pieces on. This pretty paper I found. Yes, it's very shiny and I didn't really want to get reflective. However, the microwave is already reflective and the oven is, so why not? Besides, I might do some extra pretty stuff, and it does still have that Victorian theme going on with it. There. Awesome. I have an X-Acto knife. It may or may not be sharp, but it's tiny, and in this space, that's what I need. There's only one very small place for this to stick, but it's easier to put glue across than it is to make that precise stripe for glue for this. Many, many trimmings later, I have the perfect fit. So here is the perfect glue I'm going to use to make sure this adheres all to this. Now, a nice thing about school glue is that it is kind of forgiving, as in it doesn't dry immediately, so I can let this get tacky. So the method I just used to trim all of this down is the same thing that I used to end up doing the ceiling over here. See that? You can't really tell what it is, but there's little stars and moons up there on that. And it sticks moderately well. Oh, that should be tacky now. So let's get this here. Right over that. And I do like the faint flowers in there, so I will leave them. So this floor reminds me of what you see in any fast food kitchen, probably most restaurants actually. So I'm just going to doll this up, so to speak. I have chosen this. Got a little bit of sparkle. And I went on ahead and pre-measured it. I've also learned to overbuy when I'm purchasing things for this project, mostly because I do stuff like this all the time. Not a bad fit. Not bad at all. And I do have plenty of spare to fill in that part over there. We're down to the final pieces. I'm going to paint this a little bit. I left the back side undone just so I could demonstrate. And I have the deck, which I have already painted with my very favorite texture brush I use for all the wood parts. I also use it for this because it needed it. In fact, it needs some touch-ups, I see. So good. Good thing I'm doing this, right? And then when I'm done, once it's all dry and set, I'm going to slide this up in here, she says. And there's a couple little screws in there that somehow will actually work out. Put that together. There's also just a little bit of splooge overpainting done in here. So while that is drying, I will be finishing up in there. I have this kit of metallic paints, and I'm going to be using the silver because I think a silver banister looks really pretty, and it actually does. So I like foil is my painter's palette, you might say. Alright, so while I'm touching things up here, because you can't forget to get into these underneath parts, which apparently I forgot to get into. Or I had too much wine by that time. I don't know. But there are some here. You just need a little bit more. And these things being doll-sized, any pictures I take, any errors I make are really going to show up. And I do photo stories with these guys. So it's kind of important to be complete and thorough. Everything that needs finished is on the back side and in between. So, there we go. I guess I'll start on top. Why not? I have one side of all of this to work. So, you know, I bought so many things for this dollhouse and I can't even use them all. Like this really cool, pretty stuff. Can you see it sparkle? I'm going to apply it with double-sided tape. Oh no! Okay. This is the last of my double-sided tape. I'm always amazed that anything works when I use double-sided tape, because it just doesn't. By the time I get it unstuck, you honestly think that it would not be sticky at all anymore. Really should like have a split down the center or something. I think my daughter's does. It sticks pretty well, so I'm going to stick this one here, right there, and that goes for this tall piece. Floor to ceiling, right smack next to this. Try not to be in the frame quite so much. Sweet, I think that'll work. Now, this one here, it looks like I'm going to need some of that hot glue that I'm putting together right now. Same with this, because this is just too thin. So apparently this is also only going to need the teensiest bit. Sorry, you get the back of my head for this one. Or light block or something. Alright, drum roll. Set this in front of the light because I think it can dry faster that way. Line up everybody. Beautiful, is that so cute? Alright, so I did mention that I used that lovely dry paintbrush, or tattered paintbrush over this. It is wood textured here already, so that was really nice. And then because I am going to put furniture on it and have the dolls on it and stuff, I put a couple coats of clear satin finished spray. Fix It. It's so easy to scrape the paint off of these. Now, over here, get that up there. Isn't it nice how it kind of stays there? Now we don't want that falling in the night or day or anytime, or when the kids come out to play. So, believe it or not, this tiny screw is going to work. I have no idea, but I'm going to try it. Sounds like it means more business, but I only have one of them. Nope. Let's try the other direction. Did these screws get stripped, I wonder? Okay, that's not working. That one felt more snug. Let's do that. Oh, much better. Okay. Yay. I can work with that. Ta-da! Since 2014. It's only taken me 7 years. Yeah, it's 2021 now. Maybe 6.5 years. And I wasn't working on it constantly. But I thought about it a lot, and my dollhouse is finally done. I'm so very happy. Oh, I'm going to have so much fun just taking pictures and doing photo stories in here. I have no idea what another big project would be. Probably not something like this. I don't have the overhead lighting and the table and the kit to work on to actually show you things and how I'm doing them without me being in the way. But this is a great experiment in photography and in shooting videos, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. Thanks for watching. My little dollhouse is done. It's really hard to show you my beautiful deck. Oh, okay. There's my cute little deck with its furniture and a hutch and a bar for a table. I bought that before I really knew what was going on with this house. And I have to show you some things. Things that work that you'll be able to hear. Like this little kitchen light turns on and the telephone rings. And the refrigerator works. I got some little iced teas and some Cokes. And then there's the plastic stuff that came with the dollhouse. I've gotten some little pots and pans here. I have no idea how my little hands are supposed to work with all this, but they do. Oh, I forgot about that one. I can see in the oven, and the burners go on. Which is kind of what started doing all of these videos. It doesn't have any cute lights, but if I go around the other side and ring the doorbell, this light will come on. Isn't that cute? And we have some newspapers, and they're all bundled up like somebody's supposed to deliver them. And I have a little book in here. He's got a little dryad down there. Then over here is that study. Yes, the piano does play music. Little embellishments that have shown up. And here, I can even have on a light. The laptop lights up. And then for Ellie, over here, it's her lovely room. My happy girl. But if you had noticed down below that Marvin has a bottle of Cutty Sark there with him, well, that's who lives upstairs, the one with the drums. And she bounces a lot, and she makes a lot of racket, and never makes his life easy. Because it's just, she ornery. That's what a sheik does.